Hello, friends! Every person is talented at something. Some, for example, prepare the most delicious oatmeal on the planet. Others know how to bend their fingers backwards, and some unique individuals even have the will to get up early in the morning to go for a run. In today's video, we'll show some people that are talented in their own way. They do their work incredibly fast, and some also manage to find ingenious solutions to the simplest tasks. As you'll see, we have a lot to learn from them. Attention to the screen. Let's start with butter. Have you seen these absolutely perfect peanut butter bricks that make you want to spread them on toast or something? It turns out that butter comes out like this not only from factory machines, but it's also made by ordinary people using a couple of wooden shovels. However, this is not an ordinary person, but an amazing super worker who quickly deals with such an unusual task. You don't find the butter bricks impressive enough? Then how about butter pyramids? They're made in the same way, quickly, with confidence, and using 2 shovels. That is, manually. The speed of these 4 chefs is admirable, and, frankly, these little pyramids look really delicious, even if you hate butter. To be honest, we're not quite sure what's going on in this video. Maybe they're making homemade pasta by hand, following grandma's recipe. But it wouldn't surprise us if it turns out that each noodle is absolutely perfect in width and they're all exactly the same as if they were made by a machine. And no factory could do the work so quickly. Let's say this is an onion. Let's say this is a challenge between 2 cooks. Are they checking the sharpness of their knives? Or is it an onion battle? Or a fast-cutting festival? Anyway, the chef on the right is definitely the winner. All we can do is admire him and wonder how he moves at this speed. Is it possible to cut a watermelon so fast that in a few seconds it turns from a huge, heavy fruit into a dessert that can be eaten with a small fork? Easy. Of course, you have to have a huge machete and fantastic skills to use it, and a watermelon, of course. We don't advise you to try this method at home. It's better to see it performed by watermelon cutting professionals. But don't think that only street food vendors can quickly cut watermelons because they need to work fast. There is one person who holds the official record in this field. Meet Matt Jones from the United States. On the set of The F Word in Los Angeles, USA, on June 28, 2017, Matt cut a watermelon into more than 90 pieces. It only took him 18.19 seconds to do it without cutting his fingers. Now we just want to know who would win in a battle between Matt and the protagonist of the previous video.
Setting dice! Oh Lord! Oh my Lord! Oh, come on! You got it! You got it! Go on, go, 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 go! Yeah!
If you have grilled meat or cooked a similar dish at least once in your life, you know how important it is to flip it at the right moment, so the food won't burn, and others won't say anything. But surely no one would dare say anything to this guy. The speed of his work is amazing. To pack a suitcase with plastic film before a flight, it is placed on a special mobile platform, and the device, with the help of a person, does all the work. But perhaps all these people and machines would have lost their jobs forever if other specialists were working in airports. Specialists like the Lord of Tape and Boxes. Here's a great example not only of spectacular work. This can only be done by a really talented, importantly, a very cheerful one. He was probably told in his childhood that he shouldn't play with food, but he didn't listen, and it seems like it was the best decision. At first, it looks like the chef is sawing the cutting board for some reason. Well, who knows? It may be a hot cuisine secret, but when you look closer, you realize that it's green onions. Green onions cut into small, perfect rings. Arepa is a traditional dish in Colombian and Venezuelan cuisines. They are simple corn flour tortillas, but some people eat arepas almost every day. No wonder the cooks who made this dish have improved their skills to the point where they literally make the food fly. There are people who can type without looking at the keyboard. This skill is quite common, especially among young people who spend a lot of time on the computer. But what do you think of this wonder? Who uses the calculator without looking at it? They say there are 3 things you can look at endlessly: fire, water, and other people working, especially if they do it so fast. This worker is doing something incredible. We can't even see the hands. This person cuts a bunch of herbs, wraps it, cuts off the rest, and it takes the worker about a second to do it all. Let's talk about the classics. What could be more classic than cooks cutting fruit very quickly? For example, lime, and the knife hits the target with each movement. You better not mess with this guy. Now, something sweet. You must have come across these little colorful candies with fruity flavors, but few people know that they are made from long lollipops that are cut with something like a spatula? Well, what's important is that the result is excellent. In most cases, special machines are used to pour sauce from large containers into smaller ones, and this happens fully automatically in the factory. People just monitor the process. But automation is not developed everywhere on Earth. For example, we have found a special worker who completely replaces this machine, and he does everything perfectly. Could you repeat the same thing without spilling ketchup all over the place? We are sure that most of our viewers have never seen the creation of a parking lot marking, and yet it appears somehow. Maybe it's done with huge machines that print on asphalt, or it is simply hand-drawn by really talented workers. Don't ask us how this worker can draw such straight lines without a single mistake. It's probably one of the superpowers he doesn't talk about in everyday life. There are videos that you can only appreciate if you watch them till the end. This is one of them, because at first it doesn't seem like anything special. The workers set slabs at equal intervals to make them fall like dominoes. It looks fun, of course, but it doesn't make sense because the slabs will have to be laid right afterwards, and now they're on top of each other. Wait, what was that? That's why we said you had to see it through to the end. We don't know how long it took this guy to calculate the ideal trajectory, how many failed shots there were, and what he was going to do next, but it was fantastic. Today, many payments are made with bank cards, and the age of cash seems to be gradually coming to an end. But we're still a long way from being cashless, which means that bills have to be counted somehow. Of course, there are special devices that handle it, but sometimes a person can compete with machines and be just as fast, or even faster.
Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and you will be the first to know when a new video comes out. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.